2 minutes knowledge.
The Soviet-Afghan War was a conflict that lasted from 1979 to 1989 between the Soviet Union and Afghanistan. The conflict was sparked by the Soviet intervention in Afghanistan, which was initially intended to stabilize the Afghan government and protect Soviet interests in the region. The Soviet Union deployed a large military force to Afghanistan, but they faced a fierce resistance from the Afghan Mujahideen, who were fiercely opposed to the Soviet presence in their country. The fighting was brutal, and both sides committed numerous human rights violations and atrocities. Despite the deployment of over 100,000 Soviet troops and the use of advanced military technology, the Soviet forces were unable to gain a decisive advantage over the Mujahideen. The war became a costly and bloody quagmire for the Soviet Union, with an estimated 15,000 Soviet soldiers losing their lives and tens of thousands more being wounded. The Soviet-Afghan War was a turning point in the Cold War, as it represented the first time that a major world power had been forced to retreat from a conflict in the Third World. The conflict also had a profound impact on Soviet society, as the war became a source of political discontent and anti-war sentiment. The end of the war in 1989 marked the withdrawal of Soviet forces from Afghanistan and the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The conflict left Afghanistan in ruins, and the country remains one of the poorest and most unstable in the world to this day. The Soviet-Afghan War is often referred to as the Soviet Union's Vietnam, and it remains a subject of historical and political analysis.